A Chancellor, like all Cabinet Ministers, has to be able to give candid advice to a Prime Minister so he is speaking truth to power. I believe that the arrangement proposed would significantly inhibit that, and it would not have been in the national interest. So while I was grateful for the continued trust of the Prime Minister in wanting to reappoint me, I'm afraid that these were conditions that I could not accept in good conscience. Now, I don't intend to dwell further on all the details and the personalities. The comings and goings, if you will. Much of... It has been 8 years since I last stood to speak as a backbencher, and it is a privilege to do so again. When I left these benches, it was to become a minister in the Treasury, and it seems apt that I went back to whence I came, the circle of life. I'm very proud to represent the good people of Bromsgrove, and I will, of course, continue to do so. I will also continue to champion the causes that I believe in most, albeit from outside the government. I confess that I had hoped to have a little longer to make a difference from the inside. Now, when reflecting on the dynamic between number 10 and number 11, it is natural to look at past relationships. There is no one size that fits. Any model that works or doesn't depends on the personalities that are involved just as much as the processes. It depends on the mutual respect and trust that allows for constructive, creative tension between teams. And it is that creative, that dynamic, that it has always been the case that advisers advise, ministers decide, and ministers decide on their advisers. I couldn't see why the Treasury, with the vital role that it plays, should be the exception to that. I very much hope that the new Chancellor will be given the space to do his job without fear or favour. And I know this, Mr. Speaker, that my right honourable friend for Richmond is more than capable of rising to the challenge. He worked for me as a local government minister and as Chief Secretary, and I could not have asked for a better working relationship. Indeed, I had lobbied the PM for him to be given the role as Chief Secretary and to keep it at the recent reshuffle, but I didn't get my way on that one. So, my right honourable friend, the Prime Minister, has won a huge mandate to transform our country, and already he is off to a great start, ending the parliamentary paralysis, defeating the radical left, getting Brexit done, a points-based immigration system and an infrastructure revolution. Now, our party, our government, has a huge opportunity and a responsibility ahead. We need a resolute focus on long-term outcomes and delivery, not short-term headlines. The Treasury as an institution, as an economic ministry, should be the engine that drives this new agenda.